What were you saying?
What movie did you go see?
Zootopia 2.
Zootopia 2.
I didn't even
I
see the
can't
first one.
say I even knew about that.
Yeah, I missed the first one. I kind of want to see it now. It's pretty good.
That's nice. Okay. Well, yeah, lots to talk about. So, what do you want to talk about first?
How about you dive into it and then we'll see if there's anything for me to add on my end.
Yeah. Um, the one, merch.
Yes.
Um, uh, to sell merch, we'd probably have to actually register the business. And then obviously, do we want to do a for profit? Because we're not planning to do like a competition, right?
So the way I see it, and this is why I'm happy to be having this conversation with you because as I've been sober for 3 months or whatever, the stuff that I'm starting to attain a higher level of awareness being is like my strengths are definitely in the constructing of the story and the narrative. But what I'm
Mm.
finding it like difficult to like really attach the stakes or like the organizational skills that are required in order to figure out, okay, how do we monetize this thing? And the current formation that it's looking like on my end is the big money comes from Hollywood. And that's when we're actually going into production on a docu-series and a feature-length film, and we have all of that access. But in the meantime, what we really should be focusing on is how to monetize and generate enough money so that we can put that into production and travel expenses so we can actually start connecting the athletes that we're bringing on. So in like the ideal scenario, sometime in 2026, let's say we have, I don't know, let's say we have 20,000, $100,000, right? We're able to hire a videographer and an editor, and we're able to travel out to Boston and train with Zach Moore and like shoot that whole thing and filming in the cinematic way, and then put that on YouTube. And then maybe we get Oscar Moscat, and then like we start traveling and connecting the athletes who are already associated with the project and start presenting it in the form of YouTube content. And we would only need like a small amount of money in order to tell that story that segues into a bigger moment after we get bigger funding. So that's kind of what like that's what the merch would do for me, you know?
Right. Yeah, no, it's opening up that path. But now again, that's why I was asking, do you want to open up the business as a for profit or like how the Olympia is a non-profit, right? Because it's a competition. They usually don't make money. Um, how are you looking to go about it?
I think for profit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the
Because we're
ideal
not doing.
scenario, like I want to get the athletes paid. Like if we're looking at WWE, if you're a WWE superstar, you're getting paid. So like the goal is to make sure that athletes get paid for doing the thing that they love. That is like the goal.
Right. Okay. So now merch ideas.
Yes.
Mm.
Did that make sense, everything I just said?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not crazy. You're good.
Nice. I rediscovered, have you ever heard of SMART goals?
No.
SMART goals is specific, measured, achievable, relevant, and time bound. And I would say up until this moment, all of my goals and strategies and plans have not been SMART goals. They've been like big picture, end of the like, final destination. This is what the dream and the vision looks like. And I'm super passionate about those things.
Mm.
I would say for like the next phase, it really needs to start being like SMART goals. Like, okay, what do we need to get done between now and the end of this month? Now and the end of like that stuff. I need to start like,
Mhm.
yeah.
See, like having that end picture goal is good. You need to have those, and then you need to create these smart goals to help you
Mhm.
get there too.
Correct. Correct.
Um, okay, so yeah, so obviously apparel, we can go anywhere with apparel with the Natty King.
Mhm.
That's a given. Now there's things to think about like the supplier, there's storage, and funding towards that. And then there's other areas outside of just clothing. There's gym brand stuff, like everything, gym equipment, gym bottles, anything accessory or wise regarding gyms nowadays. Um,
What we need is a logo and a like kind of like a logo and a brand recognition. So I like the font for like the Natty King on the actual thing. That could even potentially be the logo. I think that the logo would make more sense if it was actually a crown.
I think
So
you should have a crown.
I
Yeah.
agree. I agree. So maybe a crown with that current font, which is like a bit, you know, ancient looking. I like that. I'm not against that. And having that kind of just be the thing.
I was gonna say you need to definitely figure out a design, and then like we could come up with whatever. I can come up with designs and have placeholder crowns, and then once the actual finalized crown is designed, then it can replace the whatever design is part of it. Just get rid of the crown.
Hmm.
Mm,
Let me ask you this question since we're on this call. Um, I'm kind of torn right now because I think of like we would want a recognizable crown and we want it to be kind of the ideal scenario is that like a child can see it, like a 6-year-old child can see this crown and draw it. Like that's the ideal scenario. But we also want to have like it
Definitely
represent
not me, bro. I couldn't draw.
for sure. I can't draw either. I can't draw either. But what I was gonna say is that like as we want a recognizable crown to like, on shirts and bottles and things of that nature, like whenever you see the crown, like, oh, that's the crown of the Natty King, et cetera, et cetera.
It has to be recognizable. Yeah.
Right. But does it translate into what the actual like does it have to look like a direct replica of what the actual crown will look like, or could the actual crown be something entirely different, if that makes sense? Because in my mind, I see the crown as
It
being
could definitely be different.
it could?
I think so.
Okay. 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 Because it could just be like an artist interpretation versus the real thing. Okay.
So I say like you can, you know, have a little bit of a design
Change.
difference, right?
Okay.
I don't know. I don't see a real problem with it. And if who knows, maybe you'll end up changing later and be like, I actually like that design. We'll do it that way and keep it the
Okay.
same. But
Okay.
I don't see a
Okay.
problem with that.
Got it. Got it. Okay. All right. I'm kind of leaning towards that because when I picture the actual crown, I'm thinking of like more like a circlet, you know, something that's
Hmm.
not too extravagant, something that's simplified because the the pursuit of natural bodybuilding is a simple and humble thing. So I'd want the crown to kind of capture that, like the humility of this pursuit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed. Okay. Um, there's so many things we can go, but again, now this is another thing of we have to find a supplier, we have to find a place to again store things and then fund these as well. So like, there's anything we do, stickers, phone cases, keychains, lanyards, posters. Posters would be a good one.
Hmm.
Um, Come out with like action figures, low key,
Yes. Yes.
autographed posters.
Yes.
Mm-mm-mm. One thing we could. Oh wait, I think you've already done this. You guys already talked about like creating like cards like they have in Naruto. That's definitely something we could do in the future.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
This is going to be how many people? 30 new people every year, right? This is going to be potential for that,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
Um,
I think that they call it like a bingo book. Um, yeah, well, in Naruto they call it a bingo book. So like Hatake Kakashi was in Zabuza's because I'm rewatching the show right now. So Hatake
nice.
Kakashi was in Zabuza's bingo book. So like his book had
Oh
a
yeah, yeah,
bunch of
yeah,
like
yeah. I remember now.
So something like that. Yeah, which would be really cool.
Yeah. That's kind of my ideas for marketing or for it's called merchandise.
I like it. I like it. All right. So on my end, I'm genuinely thinking of taking out like a loan, a small loan, just to kind of start injecting because like you have to spend money to make money, right? And what I was hoping to talk to you about is like what would be do you, like in your mind, what would be like the best way to invest, let's say $4,000 so that we can start generating income? And just to give you like a bigger peek
Well,
into
probably
like
clothes.
clothes.
Clothes would probably be the best merchandise
Okay.
choice, I'd say.
Okay. And the way that I would go about doing this, or the way that I would go about promoting and marketing, obviously we've got online and we've got an online presence. However, I haven't been super happy with like the type of expansion that we would like to have happen on social media. So instead, I'm thinking of like taking it to the streets. And in my head, it's like the target audience is the youth. Target audience for
Mm.
like this entire storyline is 10 to 24. So I'm thinking of like hosting posing clinics within like local posing clinics, showing them the Natty King, showing them the ethos, the logos, and the pathos, and taking them to posing stuff like that. Motivational speaking, all of it centered around the Natty King storyline and how you can be like the Natty King of your own life and talking to the youth. And then at the end of it, it's like, okay, follow us on Instagram. Also, feel free to like have access to our merch, et cetera, et cetera. But basically, we want to
I like
create,
that.
yeah, we want to create word of mouth so that our target audience becomes aware of the project and we're also talking to them face to face.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you had a couple ideas. You had another one, didn't you?
Yeah, of course. What is it?
I'll look back at the text.
Okay. Oh, okay, text. Let's see.
Mm.
Oh, right. Yeah, I did mention that. Posing clinics, public speaking
Oh,
seminars.
okay, yeah.
Yeah. So that's like kind of no, not even kind of. That is top priority moving into 2026 is I want to start talking to our target audience. And I feel like we have not connected with our target audience through
No,
our current social media promotion. And I think they're existing on YouTube. I think they're on YouTube. So
YouTube and TikTok.
exactly. So honestly, I'm not confident about creating content for YouTube yet because I personally feel like that requires some kind
It,
of
the, we need money. We need cameramen. You need someone to do audio, right? Editing.
correct,
There's a bunch of
correct.
shit that goes into
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Um, but I was gonna also say to you, like, yeah, like I don't want to for Instagram. I don't want to be posting anything that's like AI generated. People don't want to see that, and we don't want to go that route either. So,
Yeah, not for the
um,
Natty King. It kind of goes
for
against
for content wise, like clips from you, you're at least doing great at filling in the gaps here. But we definitely need a bit more live talks from the guys. Would be ideal. Hopefully, they'll be more inclined later. And it's the Christmas season. Everyone's busy. There's lots of stuff going on.
lethargy. Lethargy takes place during this time of year. People just kind of like slow. I've slowed down. I've noticed that I've slowed down. So like I can't blame them.
Hmm. But yeah, definitely like in the new year, hopefully having some more content wise to put out because yeah, definitely don't want to be using AI stuff.
Hmm. Agreed.
So just it's something to keep in mind and later in the year, once we reach the end, maybe suggesting it again. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, agreed. I would
How
say
many people have been hopping on the calls? Because I know not everyone has been.
small. It's been small. And I'm not even honestly what my perception of Instagram is to me so far as Shaun Fury and like the Natty King pages is outreach. It's like people become more aware of this project the longer that the project exists.
Hmm.
And once a person does understand what it is, they do get excited about it. Like, and then they express their excitement and then they express like, okay, I would love to connect and work with you. And to me, that's what Instagram is for. But when it like I'm starting to perceive a distinction between collaborators who are athletes and people who are already in this, world and they want to collaborate on the Natty King project. And we have not connected with an audience yet. We're connecting with collaborators like natural athletes, fitness influencers, trainers, coaches, doctors. We're connecting with those people, but we're not connecting with an audience. And the audience, like I said, is a
I
younger
see what
crowd.
you're saying.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I don't think Instagram's going to do that for us, at least the way that it's currently working.
No, not the target audience that you're seeking. No.
Yeah. Which and like I'm not mad about it because it's like we need to connect the I want to connect the entire natural bodybuilding circuit under this one
Mhm.
story. That is like the goal. Natural bodybuilding
Yeah,
circuit.
that's just one part of it. Just like as long as there's like content going up once every once, just so it's not a dead page is all. But obviously, our main focus should now be getting onto our actual target audience, who's going to be watching the shows, who's going to be, want to be going to the movie, you know,
Correct. Correct.
who's going to
Correct.
be following and fantasizing about these heroes and looking up to these people.
So, and just to give you some additional insight, and I'm like I said, I am thinking of taking out like maybe like an $8,000 loan, just so I can start, getting stuff up and running. So I do have a call with a animator team on January 4th, and that call would be with the intention to discuss like an intro. And have you watched the Sam Sulek video?
Which one?
Any Sam Sulek video. Any Sam Sulek. All right. So you've seen that little like silhouette intro where he's posing and stuff like that?
No,
Okay, it doesn't matter. Have you seen The Last Airbender with Avatar? Avatar The Last
no.
Airbender? Never? Dude, if you like anime, you would absolutely love Avatar The Last Airbender. It's goated. It's a great anime.
Okay.
But regardless, so at the beginning of each episode of Avatar The Last Airbender, they have like a 90-second intro where there's like a little voiceover and like a silhouette of like the different style of bending, earth style, air style, water style, and fire style. So anyway, I'm thinking of meeting with like the animation team and having them put together a little like 90-second intro for future YouTube videos. And that would kind of serve as setting the tone for what the Natty King is, the Forge Master, and the three different styles of posing, because we're basically telling a story all around posing and movement and leadership. So essentially layering in what the storyline is within like the first 90 seconds and having that be at the beginning of every YouTube video.
Okay.
Yeah. Along with like a theme song.
So that's your plan for the loan. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. If we're making the move to YouTube and we have to make sure we have the means to actually create these videos and actually upload something to YouTube first,
Yeah.
before we dive head it first into that.
Yeah.
Um, One thing regarding all the athletes can how can we have events without you going out there specifically? What kind of events can the athletes be a part of or host to still reach the audience that you're trying to reach, like you said?
Yeah, man, you're asking the right questions, and I'm gonna have to lead by example on that. So that's why I want to get started ASAP on hosting my own events, partnering with gyms, Zoo Culture. There's another gym that I'm going to tomorrow called Just Train. So I'm going to be talking to like the owner of them, and seeing if we can put on like a posing clinic for younger people. Now, as I learn how to like organize such things, that's when I'll start encouraging the other athletes on the team to do that. I feel like the individuals that would kind of take to that naturally would be like someone like Sam Bordeaux. Um, Sam Bordeaux comes to me most readily. Zach Moore, maybe to a lesser extent, because he's very kid oriented. He does that whole diabetic boot camp or diabetic
Yeah.
camp. So I'm just thinking of like the athletes like who are already kind of connected with the youth. Daniel Perosa, who's not necessarily on the Natty King team, but he's like considered a local legend. He's also another individual who I feel like would understand and take to that kind of movement. And then we've got future athletes. Like I'm speaking to an Arab athlete tomorrow on an IG Live who will likely be brought onto the team next year when we start casting internationally. He's the first Arab classic physique pro in WNBF. And he's got like, he's got that Samuel Bordeaux energy where he's like kind of lit on fire. So I would be able to explain what this vision is to him, and then he would be able to start doing that in his part of the world. And that's really what the international recruitment is supposed to do. We're supposed to get athletes who are like, oh, yeah, I'm the Natty King within my region. And my job is to lead and be a role model for the youth. And then it all comes together over the course of the entire world.
Hmm. Yeah, it's a great way to reach the internationally and bring a broader
Yeah.
audience.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and then so obviously like fit something physical is hard for like the athletes to do. Um, obviously something digital is easier. Um, what kind of events could we do? You know, a talking seminar, maybe the athletes
Walking
do a
seminar, I like this. And a Zoom posing
that's
clinic.
what I'm
Yeah.
oh yeah, you could do that, I guess.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it would just be a matter of like even if we get like four or five 18-year-olds, for like a 30-minute or an hour-long posing clinic. And let's say Yoshi's hosting, who's like he's kind of our posing master so far as the athletes on the team. I would totally attend it, like I'm always looking to learn posing from Yoshi. So like that would be an opportunity. And just to me, doing stuff like that, it's like planting the seeds. It's like another rep in the tank, and each rep matters because each rep takes us closer to the ideal physique that we all have in mind for ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, to your point, I think online posing clinics, online public speaking seminars, what that would look like, I think that'll be fleshed out more over time. But anything that we can do in person, I feel that we can do online, you know?
Obviously in person we can get a better connection with people.
Correct.
But yeah, the reality of that with everyone being so far apart, it's a little hard.
Right.
So
Right. Yeah. I think both. I think both would be important.
mm,
And essentially, it's like everything that we're doing, that's what we're looking to recapture when we actually do get the type of Hollywood funding that we're looking for. We're not just showing athletes who are preparing for the King of Naturals tournament. We're showing leaders of communities who are like literally working together around the world to improve the health and wellness and the awareness of longevity within their respective communities. Like that's what we're looking to show within a film project.
yeah. You got anything else on your end?
Um, no. So just to recap, we think that the best form of merch would probably be clothing.
100%.
And we just have to lock down on a logo and a design that we would be able to like kind of put on shirts and stuff like that. And then from there, we would
And I
take,
mean, there's so many things we could do with design. We could would definitely talk more about that and go in depth and create designs and talk about that. But like that symbol can definitely you know be a small part of it. There could be other designs or
oh
integrated
yeah.
in.
I mean, just look at
Um,
Young LA.
yeah, that's like stuff I'm thinking about. Like they got some really unique things that you don't see and pretty cool. So
Yeah, I think we just have to start with like a base and then pump the base for a while, and then from there it expands over time. Yeah.
right, limited drops, right, things like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm in agreement with you. I think all this makes sense. We just have to start. Yeah, we just need that logo. Need a custom design. I'll be able to mention this to the animators on January 4th. And then between now and then, my plan is to just start speaking to gyms and people who kind of do public speaking to figure out like what's the best plan of action in order to start coordinating such things. Because I really do want to start doing some groundwork beyond just online, up until the point where we can actually start promoting YouTube content.
The more we spread it the word, the better, the more outreach we have. And then yeah, obviously in person is how all our content will be based on. um I lost my train of thought. um what were we talking about just before this?
Online, in person, logos, custom designs, animation.
Oh,
Uh,
that's what it was. You already got the animators. Like you've already talked to them and locked in a date. Like you're talking to them on the 4th. Cool.
yeah,
Okay. Word.
we don't have a set time, so we're probably going to lock down a time within like the next couple of weeks.
Okay. And they've already given you the ballpark of what they want. No, okay, so that you don't even know yet. Okay, okay.
No, this is just going to be a discussion. But the idea is I'm really attached to having an intro because what like my the three things that I want so far is like to help like display what the vision is. I want a theme song, I want a crown, and I want an intro that kind of sets the backdrop for like what the story of the Natty King is. And that story is around ethos, logos, and pathos. And the athlete who is able to master all three posing styles will become the Natty King. Like that's the anime storyline, right? That gets to play out in real life. If we can infuse that into a 90-second intro equipped with music and we're seeing moments of like the Mexican flag and the Indonesian flag and the American flag, and we're seeing the silhouettes of athletes from these different countries, and we start getting the picture of like, oh, this is an international thing. Like this is like a global search for like the next sports icon to come out of bodybuilding and stuff like that. If we can display all of that in like a 90-second thing, not only does it serve as an intro, but it's also something that we can present to Hollywood executives and say,
That's advertisement right there. Yeah.
exactly, exactly.
Mm.
And if we got the theme song, if it's reminiscent of Game of Thrones or another anime, like we're looking to show like this is what the story is, and now we just need funding. Yeah.
Okay, cool, man. Anything else?
No, man. This was helpful. It's just great to like kind of talk these things out. Um, I feel like I'm so glad that I decided to go sober because like each month that I've been sober, I'm getting more clear and clear to like, oh shit, I'm a big picture thinker. That's great, but you need to start thinking what needs to get done tomorrow, what needs to get done next week. And like that's definitely where I'm at right now. And I'm super excited for the future.
Good year.
Yeah, man.
What was I gonna ask, I might have to text you it when I remember.
All right, no worries.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
here.
I got nothing more on my end. So
All right, well, listen, I'm here all week. I have a pretty light week. Like I said, end of the year, you know, and yeah, I'm chill about it. Like I'm kind of going with the flow and all this, and I love it. I'm going to start doing a lot of more research on Aristotle because he's kind of the person who invented the ethos, logos, and pathos. So essentially, I want to embed a lot of the lore in the teachings of Aristotle, who was also a tutor towards Alexander the Great.
I
So
didn't know that.
yeah, 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 yeah. He was Alexander the Great's tutor. So I'm gonna be doing some reading for like the next couple of weeks while still keeping the productivity obviously moving forward. But
Oh, okay, I remember what it was. That one post I'm gonna do with the five athletes. I'll just need the description for the three athletes that we're
oh,
missing.
thanks for reminding me about that. My bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
No,
get
you're good.
yeah, I'll get that to you tomorrow morning.
Okay. We're
Yeah,
done. I'll do the post then.
cool. If you can, you don't even have to. I'll just take care of it. Yeah, I'm gonna make a note for my calendar.
Okay, word. Perfect.
Cool, bro.
All right, man. That's it for me. But
All
that was a
right,
good
man.
conversation.
Yeah, no, I'm
Definitely
I'm
working on
stoked.
a design for that crown. But I can start trying to work on designs and then obviously just replacing the crown when it's finished. But yeah.
Yeah, I would say we just need a crown that like a kid can recognize. And I think the Natty King logo probably on like one line. Like what we need is like something that can go on a shirt. And if it can go on a shirt, it can go on a bottle. If it can go on a bottle, it can go on a wristband. Like that's the type of logo that we need.
Yeah. And I mean like what I was thinking, like would you be opposed? Well, obviously we could change it. We could do ones where we have like the full Natty King, and then we could do ones where it's just like NK and the crown. Like I was thinking like um just to do like quick, like very basic to draw it up for you.
Hmm.
Really shitty. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
something simple
It's
like
like,
that. Yeah.
and then that way it's something small. Like if you think about like, the big brands, like if you like Polo or Calvin Klein or
Yes, I love where your
um
head's at. I love where your
OVO,
head's at. Yeah.
like you got the little symbols of
Yeah.
something. It's usually
Yeah.
something small. And then
Minimal.
you can put
Yeah.
them shirt, pants, anywhere.
Yes, I'm in agreement. Yeah, we need to do like we're on the same page. So, okay, I love it.
man. All right, get sketching on some designs.
Okay, man.
All right, man.
Feel free
Okay,
to share
take
any that
care.
that you come up with, and I'll do the same.
Perfect, man. All right,
All
have a
right,
good night,
brother.
man. Take care.
Talk to you. You
Peace.